theme of Charivari this year was a very British rhythm, and it meant that we were able to partner with the Museum of Colour. A Very British Rhythm is a project that they are running, and Charivari was the kickstart for their whole programme.
We are a digital museum and we're doing two things quite specifically. One is celebrating 250 years of contributions made by creative people of colour to British culture. And we start at 1766, so 1766 to 2016. And the second is working with creatives, artists to respond to British history. So it's bringing a different perspective to the history we were taught at school through artists, and also paying respect to artists who have built careers in a time when this country hasn't always been welcoming.
Well, A Very British Rhythm is the overarching title of the programme of Museum of Colour, which is looking at different individuals across a very long period that have had their influence on dance culture in Britain.
We are doing a celebration of dance called A Very British Rhythm for Museum of Colour. And so we do our exhibitions by art form. And when I thought about A Very British Rhythm and how I wanted to get things going, because we are digital, we do lots of live events, I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could work in some way with Charivari and with Strange Cargo with this theme? And I picked up the phone and phoned Brigitte. It was incredible watching the way Strange Cargo pulled Charivari together. It is amazing. And so having seen it over the years as a spectator, as a local, enjoying it, it was a real privilege to see behind the scenes and understand how it works, to see the workshops, see the young people working with the designers, creating the amazing spectacles that are on the parade. And it was really interesting to see the attention to detail, not just to the work that's being made, but the thought that's being put into it before.
We had 26 schools participating this year, which is a bit of a record for us. So all of the secondary schools across the district, and I think 19 primaries, and other organisations such as the Shed in Hythe, who just make extraordinary costumes. They've learnt the skills over the years and they turn out the most amazing things. If you swap the flamingo in the parade, that was the Shed.
I felt that you could really see that the designers and the people who were working on Charivari this year, A Very British Rhythm, got it. It felt like they got it. It felt like they understood the theme, the celebratory nature of what we're trying to do, the joyfulness of what we're trying to create, and I felt that on the day.
For this year's Charivari, we were up against the weather because for about 2 weeks before the event, there was forecast of very strong winds, and that's the biggest enemy of carnival processions, is the wind. So it was really up until the morning of the event before we could actually guarantee it would go ahead. But it did. We were very lucky because a lot of events were cancelled that day, but it didn't hit the coast till later in the afternoon, so we were able to parade. It's so rewarding seeing the whole community coming out. And somebody said to me yesterday, what's interesting when you look at people who've come along to enjoy Charivari Day, it's everybody. Everybody comes out. It's not just one particular group of people. It's the whole town seems to sort of emerge through their front doors, and they're there in front of you, and everybody's sort of together as a community, and that's how life should be.
It was fantastic. I would love to do it again. So yeah, whenever Brigitte's ready, if something comes up, I'm there. We're there. It's brilliant. It is important to be inclusive, and Strange Cargo are. They just are. It's in the DNA. It really is. And you feel it. And when it is in the DNA, you don't have to pay specific attention to it because it's just part of the way the organisation works. And that's really refreshing and quite rare.